Hello students, here is today's writing lesson for the 25th day of August. And we practiced the letter G again. Before you practice it, you're going to write your name and the date, just like this. This should be getting to be routine now, where you are going to start this activity with your name and the date, and you're going to pause until that is complete. And now that it is complete, I am going to write the letter G. Please just watch right now. Let me clarify that before we get started. So you're not writing right now. You are watching. I want you to watch the direction of the stroke of my pen on the paper. Okay, just watch. Follow that shape of the letter C within the lines, just like we've practiced. Now point your finger. Get out your pointer finger and point it right there. Okay, right on that dot. And now follow me. Making the arc with your finger, pointing along with it, and coming up here and then dropping straight down to make that letter G. One more time with your finger. Point it right at the dot. Now, follow where I'm tracing with your finger. And now make sure the hook of the letter G drops below the bottom line. Okay, so that would be how you form the letter G. And now it's your turn to practice. So go ahead and write this letter G. I want you to write it 5 times, at least 5 times. And you can take your time and do it slowly to make it look really good. And pause the video to finish that. And now you are done with the letter G's. Thank you for writing at least 5 of them, and some of you even wrote more, and that is impressive. The more you write this correctly, the easier and faster it will be in the future. So you're getting this practice, repetitive practice, out of the way while you're young and develop those good habits. So on to some words with the letter G. And so I was thinking of some words that start with G and some words that end with G. So what I'm going to do here is I am going to write the letter G at the beginning of these 3 lines. All right, and let me actually here, this will make it more clear for you guys. I'm going to make a dividing line right here. Okay, and then another one down the middle to make a T-chart. Call that a T-chart because it looks like a big letter T. And on this other side, I'm going to have words that end in G. So I'm going to put the letter, I got to make a skinnier pen to do the actual writing, so I do that by selecting that one. And I'm going to make the letter G on this side. And please do not copy this right now. Do not copy this. Do not copy this. This is for watching. Okay? So words that end with G. So I make the G over here. Okay, so now I'm set up. I am set up to write 6 words. 3 of them that begin with a G and 3 of them that end with a G. So I am going to make my first G word the word good. So that would be G-O-O-D, good. Begins with the letter G. The next word, give. That would be G-I-V-E, give. And the last one, grow, which is G-R-O-W, grow. 4 words that begin with the letter G. I want you to pay attention to the fact that the letter G goes all the way down to the bottom here. You see that? Or not all the way, it doesn't touch the line, but it goes way underneath the bottom line. See that letter G? Dips below. However, on these other lowercase letters, they are all standing at attention on that black line. They're not going above it, they're not going below it. And that would be the case for all of these. All of these lowercase letters are standing right on that line. And that letter G, just like a fish hook dropped in the water, is below the other letters. Okay, so those are our 3 words that start with G. And again, you're not going to write these yet. You're still waiting to write. I want you to listen and watch. So now I'm going to do some of these words that end with the letter G. And let's start with a word that is in our alphabet chant. Fog. Fog. F-O-G. Fog. Here, the letter G is in the word, but it's the ending sound, the ending letter, so it comes last. Fog. Let's do a word that rhymes with fog that you guys can already read. Dog. Dog. Also ends with a letter G. And how about another word, but not with a letter O, but we'll pick another animal. There's a letter P. There's a letter I. That gives us pig. Pig. So let's look at these words. We have a letter G, and again, the letter G drops below that bottom line. And these letters do not. They are standing at attention right on the black line, with the exception of the letter P, because the P is another one of those letters that does also drop below the line. So there we have it. Now you can begin to write this down. And please don't draw these lines. For example, like these yellow lines that I made. I'm doing that so you can see it. So what I'm doing is taking them out now, because if you guys do it, then your paper winds up with all these lines all over the place. And yeah, I want you just to write the word. Just write the word. So that is why I am taking the time to erase these lines, because oftentimes kids want to copy every single detail of what the teacher writes, but that is not always the most desirable thing. Okay, now I'm not going to have you pause the video, because you can just listen to the end. Because for the numbers, we didn't practice number writing today, and that's okay. I want you instead just to simply practice the numbers, writing the numbers 1 to 10. Write them beautifully inside the lines. And if you like, you don't have to, because we've done it many times, but you can, of course, always draw more shapes and label them and such. Some of you are getting into it. So that is it for this lesson. Thank you. And I appreciate that you are making the effort to do these writing assignments. You watched this video all the way to the very end, and not everybody is doing that. So I thank you for your efforts.